Hey guys, it's me Gia again. I'd like to discuss some things that quite bother me a little. I wouldn't say a lot, but I'm gonna express this calmly, as I'll be seen as a aggressive, crazy person and stuff because people twist things like that. So I'm gonna say this: that tradition of people making little girls marry older men, even middle-aged men. That is not what I like. That is not okay. I don't think that's right. I think they need to get rid of that tradition and just make a new one. Like that's awful. Those little girls are still babies. Like like this tall. And I saw this one video of this girl in another country, probably Asia or something, I don't know. She was crying for her mother in a different language, and it broke my heart. How can you stand there, hear your child cry, and not protect them? And there was another video of a girl getting smacked by the groom for looking sad, saying it was evil to look sad. I wanted to jump out and just confront that man. That's awful. I'm a young aunt and I'm a young cat mom. I couldn't cry because I get a headache and Jinxie's gonna worry and my brother with autism is gonna worry too. I stood calm, but still I cannot hide the fact that how disgusted I am because of that. I don't want to sound mean, but it's wrong. It's wrong. Like I don't care like what country you are from. You shouldn't do that. And remember that lady that tried to go to a doctor's because to get an abortion because she couldn't take care of another kid because she was focusing on the other and she was going through a lot. She died from an infection. And how do you know those grown men who are now married to little girls aren't going to do anything that can cause them to get that infection and possibly die? That little girl that got smacked by that groom, she better not be getting hurt because I am going to be really upset. Not to threaten anybody, not to target anyone, but if you love your child, why do you do this to them? Why do you make them go against their will to marry a man, which they don't know, by the way, or do know, but don't really like? Well, even if they trust them, you still don't get them to marry a grown man. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you know them. Doesn't matter if they're rich. You're supposed to protect your kids, period. Like, why do people have kids if all they're gonna do is just be this way and treat their kids like they're toys? And also, young boys should not marry older women. Yeah. It's not a lot of people talk about boys marrying older women. That should not be allowed either. No matter what age a kid is, you don't make them marry a grown adult. And back in where I am, that's called the P word. I don't want to say it out loud because people might get so sensitive and cry saying, oh, they wouldn't do that. They would. They would, and you're not paying attention to it. You're supporting something that should be against the law. You're supporting men abusing children. Grown women abusing children, not just men, just women. Women are not getting off the hook from this. If you feel targeted and you feel offended that I say this, you're proving my point. You're proving everyone's point. What you people are doing is awful. And I'm sorry to sound so mean. I'm sorry to be rude, to disrespect the tradition, but that's wrong. That's wrong. It should stop. And you should check on those little girls that were married off and make sure they're okay. And you better hope that those men did not do anything to them. Because if they did, God is going to be so disappointed He's already is disappointed. And I'm going to be upset, and I hope people who do that, I hope they learn that that's not how raising kids goes. You don't support LGBTQ, but you support a child marrying a grown adult. Make it make sense. That's dumb. And it's horrible. It's disgusting. And the fact that an 18-year-old autistic person has to explain this to you, something's not right here. Something's not right. I should not have to explain this to people who are supposed to protect their kids. I have friends I go to sports day with. They're in junior high. Some of them are 10 and 9 and 11 years old. And if anybody were to do that to them, I would go insane. Same with Jinxie. My cats and my nieces. Kids are not toys. Repeat after me. Kids are not toys. They are human beings. They deserve to be loved and respected and protected. If you feel upset that I'm saying this, you did something wrong. You did, and I'm calling you out for it. I'm not going to be mean to you, but I'm going to call you out for it. Okay? So, if marrying your child off to a stranger is your way of looking powerful, you failed as a parent. Let that sink in. Slowly. Slowly. Let that get in your head. Put it in there and think. Think to yourself, did I really want this? Did I really want to be this mother? Sorry, my mind's off of something else. I just saw a comic that was telling a lie, and the whole thing of let that sink in did get to me a little, because you don't know if something's a lie or a made up thing. Okay, I'm gonna use something different other than just let it sink in. How about I'm gonna say, think about what you did, and think about what you did, and think about how your child feels, and think, is my child ever gonna talk to me again? Absolutely not. And you shouldn't expect them to after what you did. Thank you.